Hello, my friends. What's going on, guys? This isn't actually. I can't talk. I always begin commentaries, and I always end up just sounding like a retard. This is actually commentary, not a live com like I usually do. With me and my friends, I'm actually talking to you guys. Hello, how are you? You can't respond, but hello anyway. I just wanted to talk about my gaming history. A few people have been asking me in certain, like on Battlelog and things like that, about if I played Battlefield 2 before, if I piloted in that game, and so on and so forth. And no, actually, Battlefield 3 is the first game where I've really took time to learn how to fly vehicles, because I've always been pretty crap at it. So this is the first game where I really tried to get good. But as far as gaming in general goes, I started way back when I was a wee baby. Back in, I can't remember when Quake 2 came out. Whenever Quake 2 came out, I was about 11 years old, or 10 years old, I can't remember. But that was basically my first shooter, and of course, I was young, I didn't really take it seriously, and I probably got pwned every single game, but back then I didn't really care. I just enjoyed just running around and looking at the awesome 3D graphics that were like totally insane back then. It was like, holy crap, graphics are almost realistic to the point where I could reach in and touch them. But yeah, Quake 2 was my first game, but the first game I really got into, the first game where I semi took it seriously and really tried to get good scores and things, was TFC, which is the old Team Fortress games, Team Fortress Classic. That was the first game where I really tried, and I loved that game. I used to play it with my friends at school, and we used to go to school the next day and talk about it. But of course, no voice chat back then. Not like we have it now, anyway. But we didn't. I mean, back then, PC gaming was just all about typing and texting, and that's why ooh, I don't know how I didn't die there. But yeah, I mean, nowadays you can't really imagine playing games without voice comms. But back then, it was completely normal. You was basically playing on your own with friends you knew, but not really. But yeah, Team Fortress Classic was an awesome game. Used to play it with friends, but obviously it was still like a solo experience. I think the next year after that is when Tribes 2 came out. That game took up a lot of my life. There's another game where my friends at school played it, and yeah, it was insane. It was the first game that I had ever played. Maybe the first game, like the first multiplayer shooter that used vehicles like it did. Vehicles were a huge part of the game. And the maps were huge. I don't think there are many games out there that have bigger maps apart from maybe 1942. But yeah, that game was awesome. I mean, back then it was the graphics were amazing. The interface for the menu and the clan system they had built into the game was awesome. I mean, it was great. I mean, if you didn't experience it, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. And then the following year is when Medal of Honor Allied Assault came out. I don't know how old everyone is. I mean, you're Battlefield 3 players on the PC, I assume, so I'm guessing you're of a certain age. But before Call of Duty came out, there was Medal of Honor Allied Assault, and that was actually made by the people who would go on to make Call of Duty. And that game was awesome. It kind of got ruined near the end with in the game you was able to lean side to side, so you could lean around corners before shooting, which was actually a standard feature in most shooter games back in the day. I don't really do it anymore, but back then that was expected almost. And yeah, people used to lean left and right all the damn time, like walking down corridors and things, because the hitboxes would change and it would make it harder for people to aim, and people would use third-person mode to see around corners before they went around a corner, and yeah. That game didn't last too long because it ended up just getting frustrating with people doing that sort of shit. Damn it! But it didn't matter because I think the same year, later on in the year, is when Battlefield 1942 came out, and holy hell! Well, I don't have to tell you guys. Probably most of you already played it, but that game, well, at the time, it was absolutely mind-blowing. I'd played Tribes 2, so I was used to games with vehicles, but not in the same sense where Tribes 2 had very generic vehicles. The vehicles weren't dominant like they were in Battlefield 1942. That you could actually, be awesome in them and get awesome scores. It was pretty awesome. Awesome. And then I think the following years when Call of Duty first came out, and that took up a lot of my time. About this time is when I started getting into Counter-Strike as well, around 2002, 2003, and started playing that a lot more, and oh my god, you're such a scrub, I'm so much better than you, is, you know, that whole fucking attitude you had when you were that age, when you were like 16 or 17. And yeah, so I played Counter-Strike off and on, like, until I think just before Modern Warfare 2 came out is when I stopped playing Counter-Strike completely. But yeah, Counter-Strike, everyone played Counter-Strike, I don't really need to say. I mean, probably you all in the same experience. You've all experienced the same sort of thing I did, you know, going to LAN parties and competing and doing all that stuff, thinking you're a lot better than what you really were. But yeah, then, I know later on that next year is when Call of Duty 2 came out, and then that took up a lot of my life. I remember a lot more of Call of Duty 2 than I remember of Call of Duty 1. I'm not sure if that's because Call of Duty 1 was a bad game, but Call of Duty 2 was amazing. I'm pretty sure that was the first game that really had like a proper aim down sight like mechanic with the guns. I might be wrong. Call of Duty 1 might have had that, but I'm not sure. But when Call of Duty 2 came out, late in 2005. I was still playing Battlefield 2, which had come out the same year, and I think I actually played more Battlefield 2 than I played Call of Duty. I don't really remember too well, to be honest. My brain's a little fuzzy. But Battlefield 2, probably most of you have played it. That game was awesome, revolutionary. In my opinion, it was a lot better than 1942, but I know a lot of people who played 1942 really didn't like Battlefield 2.
What the fuck?
I'm not too sure why, but I liked it, so I played it. And I never really used the vehicles. I mean, as I said, Battlefield 3 is the first game where I really tried the vehicles, tried to get good. I did fly a little bit, but not really. You know, I used to just do circles and jets and then get shot down straight away because I didn't know what I was doing. Which is it's exactly the same thing that happens in happens in Battlefield 3. I am shitty in jets. And then, of course, I played Battlefield 2 until Call of Duty 4 came out, and obviously everyone and their mother played Call of Duty 4. Don't really even need to explain that one. That game was, for the time, that game was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Then all the expansion packs came out. The new releases came out, you know, Activision fucking milking that cow for what it was worth. And, yeah, so when Call of Duty 4 came out, that's when I started drifting away from Counter-Strike almost completely. And by the time, I think 2142 came out, I was completely done with Counter-Strike. 2142, I played it, not as much as I would have liked. I remember I liked it a lot, but Call of Duty 4 still had its fingers around my throat, unfortunately. And the trees on this map, going back to the gameplay, the trees on this map are a lot fatter than the trees on any other map. I don't know if it's because they're pine trees, but you can't treat them the same like you normally would. You have to give them a little bit of extra room. Usually I would have dodged that tree, but not that time. And then I think after I played 2142 and Call of Duty 4, that's when Modern Warfare 2 came out, which of course, again, absolutely amazing. Back then, I don't think anyone realized that we'd get a rehash of the same game over and over again. Oh, and I didn't play World at War. I think I had it, but I never played it. I didn't like it. I thought going to World War II was a step backwards, and it seemed silly to me. But I heard it was a good game. Not trying to bash it or anything, but it just wasn't for me. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2, obviously, I played the absolute hell out of that game. That's where I actually met a lot of the friends I play with now. I met Hamuli, Chizzy, Mike, who is, his name's random. He's had a few random lemons. But yeah, you'll hear them in a lot of my videos as well. There were a couple of other guys. Tosh, who's in Canada now, so I can't really play with him because the lag would be terrible. And someone else, I can't remember who it is though, but yeah. And then, what came out after Modern Warfare 2? Nothing really. I mean, nothing until Black Ops, which was like a year later. I think I did play Modern Warfare 2 exclusively for about a year, as far as online FPS goes. Yeah, and then Black Ops came out. I played it on the PC for a while, but there's something about it on the PC I really didn't like. And the Nuketown 24/7 servers were killing it. I can't stand maps that have Nuketown 24/7. Well, in this game, in Battlefield 3, you have the Operation Metro only servers 24/7. That is mind-blowing. It's just a fucking clusterfuck of clusterfucks. Makes no fucking sense. And I'm landing right now because I'm getting some really bad lag. I wasn't sure what was going on. So I thought if I got out and got back in, it might fix it. But I was actually getting lag because the hard drive I have was filling up, which is never good. It means you can't record anymore. And obviously, after Black Ops, I actually bought an Xbox and started playing it on the Xbox with some friends I met on this website called Havoc Gaming, which is where you meet friends and shit like that. And I played it, it's the first time I really got into console gaming. And there's still some games I like on the Xbox. I haven't turned it on in forever. I probably haven't turned it on in 6 months. Like, nothing against console gamers, but if you have a gaming PC, there's no point in having a console, I don't think. And of course, now I'm playing Battlefield 3, and I'm loving it. And I fly around, and I crash into things and die like an idiot. And as far as online FPS gaming goes, that is my gaming history. It's been a long time. It feels like a lifetime. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or if you want to tell us about your gaming history, leave them in the comment section below. I completely ripped that from Ray William Johnson. Anyway, catch you guys on the flip side.